What if I told you that it's not your skill level that's slowing you down, but it's you missing out on a couple of lash hacks that can actually make you faster? If you don't know me, my name is Irina and I've been lashing for 10 years. I do not like long introductions, so if you want to read about me, I will just leave my bio in the description below this video. Before we move to actual lash hacks, let's determine what is a normal time for a full set of lashes. I think between an hour and a half to 2 hours is usually normal for a classic set. If you do volume, that depends, if you're doing the fence manually, if you're using the pre-mates, but I think something between 2 to 2.5 hours is a normal time. Okay, let's start with the lash hack number 1. How organized is your space? I know it seems like not like the actual advice, but trust me, you have to make sure that your space is well organized. Time yourself and see how long does it take you to get certain curl and certain length. Another thing is we have a lot of small disposable materials when you do lashing. I prefer to, like, as soon as they're used, put them in a trash can so they're not creating this clutter on your working space, because everything we use is small. Like the prime bottle is pretty small, the glue bottle is pretty small, and if you have lots of clutter on your working station, you're kind of like wasting time trying to find certain things. So just try to have a very well organized process and space. Now the second lash hack is actually kind of going along with how organized is your working space, but it is how comfortable you are when you're lashing. For example, like sometimes people come with these funny messy buns. Well, it looks cute, but it creates sort of a barrier between me and the customer, and then you have to stretch your back all the way to reach their lashes, and that puts so much tension on your back, and after 30 minutes you just feel like, I want to go, I'm done, and you cannot create any good work if you are uncomfortable. So you have to always make sure your customer is laying in front of you, close to your chest, like an open book, and you do not have to like put a lot of tension on your body to just reach them. The next lash hack is to shut up. I know it sounds bad, but the more you talk, the slower you are. And it's how it is. I used to have this one customer that came after her work, and she was my last one, so I could spend some extra time doing her lashes. But there were times when she was tired and fell asleep, and then there were times when she was more like a chatty person, and I could see the difference in my timing, like between 20 to 30 minutes, which is huge for a classic set. So you have to set up a strict timing. Let's say you can put like a 5-minute rule where the first 5 minutes while you're prepping their lashes, you can talk and catch up a little bit. And after that, you just nicely tell them that you need to focus on your craft. Now, the third lash hack is preparing lashes properly. There are two ways. You can either send your customers to the bathroom right before their appointment and ask them to wash their lashes with the lash bath, or you can offer a lash did I say the lash bath? Lashes, or you can offer lash baths in the beginning. It's up to you, but preparing lashes for the glue is key for a really good cure. Now let's move on to more practical tips. The first one is taping. You have to learn all kind of taping techniques so you can isolate lashes, or you can get to the inner and outer corners better. I will make a separate video on that, so you will see it soon. Another good thing is to lash in sections. I know that a lot of people prefer to start with corners because they're kind of like the toughest thing to do. But I think that when you start lashing in sections, number one, it helps you to have like even coverage throughout the eyelid. And the second thing is it kind of gives each lash some time to dry before you come back and you work in the same section again, which helps you to avoid stickies, which obviously saves you time. We all know how frustrating it is to like spend 5 minutes trying to separate the lashes. It's like the worst. Now the last thing is practice. It's kind of boring, everyone tells you this, but it is how it is. The more you do, the faster you become. So you can practice to do things with your non-dominant side. For example, I'm the right-handed person. I used to eat, brush my teeth, and do other things with my left side just because I wanted to develop like a faster response in my brain to my left side. And this way I learned to hold isolation better. You can do this. You can also practice on the mannequin. If you don't have the mannequin, you can practice on just a string that you can stretch on the box or a cup. You can find other ways to like put like a stretch a thread and put lashes on this thread. There are many ways to practice even if you don't have customers, but the more you do it, the more your hand makes that movement, the faster you become. So practice. And last but not least, please don't give up. I know it seems so hard, and I know that there are times when you probably think you're not made for this. And I promise you that every single lash technicians have been there, and the only reason, like the only difference between them and you is that they did not give up. They kept pursuing their dream. And becoming a lash technician in the age of AI can be a really good career, because I don't think there's going to be a robot in the nearest future that will be able to do lash extensions, and I don't think that people will trust robots so much around their eyes. So it's a pretty good career to stay in and keep trying. You got this, boo. I know you can do this. Love ya. I just realized that I forgot to mention one more thing. Sorry for the stickers. My son collects stickers. But I forgot to mention one more thing. You can also switch to the fast glue. I know that it can be scary, but I think you can at least give it a shot and see if you can keep up with this. Eventually, you'll still have to switch. You can't always work with the slow glue. But if you can switch now and you can like keep up and be fast enough for the glue to cure well with your lash, then your drying time is going to be cut by a couple of seconds, which altogether is like, a lot of time at the end. So try that. Also, I'm going to leave like a screen with all the steps that you can implement now and see if they're going to help you to become faster. Everything that I talked in this video, so you can screenshot it and really try to implement every single one of them. Look at every single one of them and see if you can somehow improve your space and other things that you're doing now. Thank you. And last but not least, please subscribe. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer to every single one of them. Um, but I'm just sharing my knowledge here. I don't have anything to sell you. I just hope that whatever I have learned in 10 years can help you. Love ya. Again, do not quit.